Hello, welcome to the channel. Today I'm going to explain you on how to manage cloud services using Ansible. Before jumping into the explanation, let me put the list of topics I'm going to explain you today on this video. So initially I'll be explaining you what are the cloud platforms Ansible supports, and next what are the prerequisites need to be done on controller node, that is the machine where Ansible is installed. And finally, I will show you a small demo like configuring and connecting to the cloud. Here I have taken AWS as an example on this video. Now let's get started. So configure Ansible with cloud. So Ansible is packaged with hundreds of modules supporting services on largest public cloud platforms. So before using Ansible to any cloud, we need few prerequisites to be done. So what are the supporting platforms and prerequisites? So initially, let us take AWS. So when you're configuring Amazon Web Services, so you need a Boto libraries to be installed, Python Boto libraries. So what are Boto libraries? Boto is an Amazon SDK for Python. Ansible internally uses Boto to connect to Amazon services. So hence Boto libraries are needed on the Ansible server machine. And next, this is a very important one, the credentials. How can we authenticate to the AWS services? So this for AWS, and let's move to the Microsoft Azure. So when you work on Microsoft Azure, so you need to install Microsoft Azure SDK modules. And once the modules are installed, so next we need the same credentials file but on a different location, that's on home.azure location. So what all needed inside this credentials file? So those are subscription ID, client ID, secret, tenant. So these things we need to define here. And next, if we take cloud platform, Google Cloud Platform, so there we need a request module, Python request module. So what is request module? So request module usually allows you to send HTTP request using Python. And further, we need Google Auth. So what is Google Auth means? This is a simple library that simplifies using Google's various server-to-server authentication mechanisms to access Google APIs. So that's the one thing. And finally, we need a JSON credentials file that can be set on environment variable or inside the playbook. So what will be inside the JSON file? Client ID, authentication URI, token URI, etc. So these things needed for Google Cloud Platform. And apart of this cloud platforms, Ansible supports multiple clouds and containers as well, like OpenStack, VMware, Docker, Alibaba, DigitalOcean. So there are a lot of other as well. So let me show you a demo by using AWS. So let me configure and connect using AWS. Now before doing that, so let me explain you how to do the connections and configure. So initially we need access key ID and secret key ID. This can be obtained from the Amazon console. And next we need to install Python Boto libraries or modules on the Ansible machine. And we will create a credentials file and place them under .aws folder or directory. And finally we will create a playbook and we will execute. So let me show you. So this is my Ansible machine. So let me check. So Ansible is installed. Let me enable SSH first, because Ansible uses SSH to connect. Okay, SSH enabled. Now what is the first step? We have to generate them from the AWS console. So we will go here and there will be my security credentials. Okay, so we are now under my security credentials. Now here, if you see create access key, so let me create an access key here. Now it has created access key. I don't want to download CSV. I will use it for temporary purpose. So I will copy this one. And now let me go under the particular locations, that is CD. So before, let me create a folder there. So this directory, and let me go inside this directory. So let me create a credentials file here. So now let me add the AWS secret access key. So AWS underscore access key. So these are the IDs, the parameters which Ansible reads from. So you need to give these parameters accurately. And now let me copy this one once again and put it here. And next one is AWS secret access key. So one is the access key ID, another one is a secret access key. So now show the secret access key. Now let me copy this one and paste it here. Okay, now let me save this one. Now we have configured the credentials. Now the next step is to install the Boto libraries. So now let me install the Boto libraries. Before installing Boto libraries, so let me check whether pip is installed or not. Okay. Let me install pip. So now pip has been installed. So if you can see, pip has been installed. Now let me install the Boto library. So now I have installed Boto library. Okay, now I'm done with the prerequisites. Now let me go to some other location, any location. So you need not to be on a particular location to access the credentials file. You can be on any location now. So let me create a playbook file. Okay, now I got a playbook file. Let me edit this one. Now let me write a simple playbook to access the particular AWS service, AWS EC2 service. Let me define the host, start the task. Okay, I'm defining the module here. So now it will work because there was some syntax error. So now Ansible playbook, my first play.ml. So if you see now, so it is executing the command. So it's been executed now. And now if you can see, the status is changed. If you go here and if you see, it is running. So we followed very minimal steps. First create an access key ID and secret key, and then install a Boto modules and create the credentials file, place them under .aws folder and create a playbook and then execute. So you can download this PPT from this particular link. Yeah, thank you.